This is my long-range waypoint mission attempt to break my distance record with my custom-built flying wing. This personal record attempt is my celebratory response to the fact my channel has surpassed over 50,000 subscribers. Since the first ever video, the channel had grown into something far bigger than I ever imagined, thanks to you guys loving the build videos, new designs, different ideas, and support throughout the years. To celebrate this great milestone, it was finally time to fulfill the promise I made years back of reaching my ultimate goal in this hobby. The end goal I had is to eventually send one of my home-built FPV platforms on its most ambitious flight, a waypoint mission without any transmission link or second chances to a 15-kilometer out and back, which would take about 45 minutes of flight time. This might sound complicated, but regardless of being able to send one out like that with the ease of iNav and flawless navigation modes, I slowly worked my way to this goal by approaching the edge of my setup on each home-built plane by doing the endurance flights and lengthy autonomous missions. And after years of successful results with each design, my latest flying wing was selected to fly my largest waypoint mission ever created. This is an altered variant of the Synapse wing design designed by Experimental Airlines. It's powered by a 4S2P 9600 mAh lithium-ion pack and driven by a 750 kV motor spinning a 12x8. Its collapsible 1.34 meter wing is constructed from 5mm XPS foam and a fuselage pod from 5mm foam board. Onboard avionics include the Maytag F411 WTE flight controller, a Baytium BN180 GPS unit, and a 600mW video transmitter with an internal DVR recorder. This puts the total wing weight at just 1.77 kilograms. The flight route would take place over various isolated fields, but mostly over a lake. And because the UAV had to be seen at all times, there were locations ready for spotters to keep an eye on it throughout the flight. After activating its mission, I switched to failsafe to see if the plane would still behave the same way as if it would without it. This assures the aircraft's ability to complete the mission without me having to stand by with the radio. I still had my transmitter equipped with a 11 dB Yagi antenna to be able to activate return to home and abort the mission when needed at any distance. At its third waypoint, 4.3 kilometers out, I would fly along this tiny canal and eventually deviate to the big lake. Everything was working as it should, and the parameters were showing the correct state of the voltage and current throughout the system. Being in its fourth waypoint, it was programmed to fly along the ridge of the lake but slowly deviating to the middle of it. By deviating from the headwind into the east, it was doing about 45 to 50 kilometers an hour at about 4.5 to 6 amps, which was a little faster than before. Just the excitement of your home-built FPV planes reaching 10 kilometers out without breaking a sweat just never gets old. However, this time it was not me but the plane itself. And what equally amazed me was the fact it drained just about 1500 milliamp hours of the at least 8500 it's flying with. That would be at about 82% flight time if it were expressed in percentage. In this moment of flight, I was about a kilometer away and I would have officially fulfilled and achieved what I pursued throughout the years. It had me looking in the goggles like someone witnessing the deciding penalty shot to a world championship trophy. At its end of the 10th waypoint, it turned around at 15.7 kilometers and flew towards home with its remainder of waypoints. It was a great moment for me because I witnessed my work throughout the years bear its final fruit. And from here on out, it cruised back at about 50 to 55 kilometers an hour, drawing about 4.5 to 6 amps as before, having used less than 20% of its total capacity. This is just a clear testament that every detail put into this platform, from the foam core wings to the tuned propulsion system, performed exactly as designed. And with that final waypoint behind it, the Silver Owl had arrived home and the nearly 40-kilometer round-trip mission was complete.
More than 15.5 kilometers out, and it's back. That's crazy.
Reflecting back on the flight made me reflect on my whole journey to it throughout the years, because I realized I completed my own game. And this is not to boast at all, because at the end of the day I'm proof along many others that achieve greater things that with enough dedication, even a few sheets of onboard and simple electronics can take you further than you ever imagined. With all personal goals achieved, it don't mean I'll be taking a huge break or stop making videos. But the general aim for the Aerostuff FPV channel is to take a beat for the foreseeable future and revisit some interesting designs from the early days and see what experiments, improvements, and flights can be done with those. But that's it for now. Thank you guys so much for watching and staying along throughout the years. Leave a like to support the channel and make sure to not miss the build video of this beast of an FPV plane, which is right after this upload. So make sure to subscribe and I'll meet you guys in the next video.